Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? This is HQ talking about the Epstein files. Yeah, I got to talking to somebody else and I forgot. People are starting to be subpoenaed for the Epstein files. Subpoenas tied to the Epstein files. The ones that should be in the inner circle of Donald Trump, who should be having the Epstein file, who should be tied to these subpoenas. So Pam Bondi, Christy Nome, Michael Cohen, any kind of lawyer, any kind of doctor. Them doctors, some of them doctors is weird. They were taking care of those women, and they knew they were taking care of women that were having weird issues. So they paid these doctors off. There's a lot of people that need to be subpoenaed. But we can start with Pam Bondi, right? Because Pam Bondi showed her ass in the Senate hearing. So we want to hear what she has to say. But see, I believe none of them are going to tell the truth. None of them. I believe, this is what I believe about Donald Trump. I believe Donald Trump is a thug. He's a white, privileged degenerate. All his life, he's gotten what he wanted, how he wanted, when he wanted. And he's used that privilege to scare people. He's used that because he seems like the type. He seems like the type that's vengeful, and he'll go after you if you cross him. So that tells me he used his power and his influence to make things happen in his world, make people afraid of him, make girls afraid of him. Because there was a report that came out in the Epstein files, and this has been the latest one, where she was a young girl and she was sucking on his wiener, and she didn't do it right, and he punched her in the head. So any man that puts his hand on a woman or does anything out of the ordinary when it comes to women, I will believe that you will threaten other people and you would hurt other people. But that being said, these Epstein files are going to have people have to be subpoenaed. There's drivers, there's maids, there's all kinds of people that could be subpoenaed. Now they subpoenaed Pam Bondi. So this is not gossip. This is not internet conspiracy. This is the legal system finally pulling on one of these powerful threads that people have spent years and years trying to bury. And the question is very simple. Why did it take so long? Because Jeffrey Epstein was a part of that rich elite group, and he didn't operate in secret the way people he didn't operate in secrecy like people seem to think degenerate pedophiles do. He had people covering for him in plain sight. He had people covering for him. So he had money, he had connections, he had access, and these connections reached into politics, reached into finance, it reached into academia, it reached into media. You name it, he had ties to it. So people knew this man. People flew this man out. This man flew people into his island. This people party with him. That's why I don't believe the fact that people keep saying, some people keep saying, that Donald Trump isn't involved. Donald Trump is the exact personality that would get a kick out of him being a part of something illicit or explicit or illegal, because he seems like that human being. Now, everybody on the planet knows a person in their life or met a person in their life who you looked at that person and said, yeah, I know that person do some weird shit. I know that person would take somebody out. I know that person would hurt another human being. This is what I look at. This is what I feel when I look at Donald Trump. You seem like the type of person that would do something harmful to other people. So that being said, Jeffrey Epstein had access. People knew him. They partied with him. And now we're talking about subpoenas to all of these people that were his friends or his associates. So the subpoena to Pam Bondi is not a suggestion. It's not a request. It's the government saying, come on in and sit your ass down because we're going to ask you some questions. Here's my thing. Is this woman going to be honest? Is this woman going to tell the truth? Donald Trump is probably paying her a lot of money not to open her mouth. So how is she going to get away with this? How is she going to get away with not saying something? She's not going to say something. What she going to do is she going to walk in there and she going to say, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth because I don't want to incriminate myself. I bet you any dollar amount she goes into that subpoena, goes into this deposition saying that she pleads the fifth, like most guilty criminals do. Now, Pam Bondi may not have committed any crime, but then you have to look. I saw a picture of her and Donald Trump when she was young, very young. I saw a picture of her with Donald Trump when she was very young. I don't put nothing past these degenerates to have groomed these women that they work for them and then put them women in positions so they could cover for them, so they can protect them. I wouldn't put it past Donald Trump, not at all. I would think he'd be the type of person that would do that because he wants people around him who are loyal. Are you loyal to me? Are you loyal to the Constitution? A lot of these goofballs say I'm loyal to you. So Pam Bondi has been subpoenaed, which tells me she's going to lie or she's going to say plead the fifth. But see, lying has consequences too. Now, silence also has consequences. Okay. And there's a lot of people who keep saying, I barely knew Jeffrey Epstein. I barely knew it. Look at the Wes Wexler person. Look at Bill Clinton. All of them saying, I barely knew the man. I didn't know that man. I didn't know what that man was doing. Y'all damn well know what that man was doing. You might have not engaged in it, but you all knew what that man was doing. Okay. So if subpoenas are being issued and tied to the Epstein files, that means the investigators believe there's information that Pam Bondi has to put forward. See, Pam Bondi could be a string to bigger fish to fry. I'm still curious. Is anybody else curious about them four co-conspirators? Because we never did find out who those four co-conspirators are, did we? 4 men. We never did find out about that because it was 4 men that were co-conspirators that were listed in Epstein files, and Pam Bondi erased their name. Okay. So we got to ask her what's going on with these 4 co-conspirators and blah, blah, blah. So they have evidence. And that raises a bigger issue that a lot of people want to talk about. Who has protected these people all this time? Because Epstein was arrested before. Epstein was investigated before. Epstein cut ties before. He got a better deal when he first got arrested, right? And somehow every time the fallout stopped, his fallout stopped right at the edge of power. So regular people went down, their system moved fast, but he wasn't one of the people that got caught up. He got snatched up out of the washing machine before he could talk. But they apparently knew that he would talk this time, or they were afraid that he would talk this time because he was going to do some serious time. He was going to do some serious time. So we got subpoenas hitting the table and people acting like they surprised. It shouldn't be no surprise. You should be asking why now and who pushed this. We not going back down. Okay? We are not going to back down, because here's the truth a lot of people don't want to hear. Subpoenas alone don't mean accountability. They mean pressure, and pressure can make somebody crack, and pressure can go quietly away and put behind closed doors if the right person got enough money. Okay. Every time Epstein gets brought up, people start arguing about politics, about parties, about which side is worse. They trying to hide a pedophile. This is exactly how this stuff stay buried. Everybody should be on the same page asking for the Epstein files to come out. Okay? If there's name in those files, and there are plenty of names in those files, then the question should be, who do they belong to? Whose names are they? What kind of money do they have to shut people up? Were they one of the people that help cover things up? Okay. Thank God there's a subpoena, because when you have a subpoena, you can't spend too much shit. You can't do none of that spinning shit that she did. Pam Bondi can't do none of that spinning shit she did at that hearing, that Senator Oil hearing. She could, that committee meeting. Okay. Because then you're under oath. You gonna show up and lie under oath? I doubt it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna plead the fifth. I'm gonna say it right now. Pam Bondi gonna plead the fifth when she go into that meeting. Okay. So she gonna say, I plead the fifth, because Donald Trump ain't gonna want her to talk. And here's another untruth, uncomfortable truth. A lot of people do not want this to come out, to be fully exposed, because there's a lot of people that are in these files that haven't been, nobody said anything to them yet. And everybody's afraid. People are afraid to even get put in those Epstein files. Okay. This is the test. This is our test. Are we going to let these rich people get away with this stuff, or are we going to make sure they held accountable? That's the question. Are we going to hold these people accountable? And the only way to hold these people accountable is if all of us stand up and say, we want the Epstein files released, regardless of party. We want the Epstein files released. We want the people that are in the Epstein files. We want those people to speak. We want those people to be on record, on subpoena. Okay. So this is it. I hope we can get these people out in the open. Okay. It looks like stuff is coming back, and a lot of people said they ain't gonna never reveal this stuff. They ain't gonna never reveal it. We got too many eyes on it now for them to try to hide it. We have too many eyes. Hopefully this is where it breaks open. I don't know whether it's gonna break open or not. Deals, delays, distractions, we're gonna have everything. So I'm saying everybody be diligent. Everybody continue to call for the Epstein files to come out. Call for Pam Bondi to be honest and transparent. Here's the thing I also know. If Pam Bondi pleads the fifth about these records, about these Epstein files, Donald Trump is definitely in them files. Because she would have no reason not to talk, because she wouldn't know nobody in the files. Donald Trump is in the files. Well, we know he's in the file. We already know that. His name is in the files just as much as Epstein and Ghislaine. So we understand that he's in the files. The thing is, he has people that are loyal to him. He always asks that question when people start working for him. Are you going to be loyal to me? And people who say they're going to be loyal to him do not open up their mouth and start talking because of a subpoena. And the only way she's going to get past the subpoena is if she say, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I guarantee you. I don't know when they come up for this this Epstein thing, when she comes up to testify, but I guarantee you she gonna say, I plead the fifth. I ain't finna tell on Donald Trump, because y'all know when you betray Donald Trump, that's it. He ain't trying to hear nothing else. and she ain't gonna do it. I just know she's not going to do it. She's not going to tell on Donald Trump. So I don't know how y'all gonna get them to tell the truth. How these people gonna be honest? How these people gonna be transparent? I don't know how you get. I don't know how you. I don't know what punishment you can hold against rich people to make them talk. What kind of punishment do you hold against rich people to make them talk? That's the question. So hopefully somebody find the answer, because we need Pam Bondi to talk, because she knows a lot. And I'll see y'all in the next one.